there's a cop who decided to inflict injuries on a toddler, according to the report. Put him up full mask. Hell of a story. According to Pennsylvania State Police, 28-year-old Steve Cugini, a York City, Pennsylvania police officer, PA officer, has been suspended and is facing charges after being accused of sexually assaulting and seriously injuring a 1-year-old girl. 1-year-old. Cugini was arrested and charged in Dauphin County Tuesday following an investigation by state police, Lykens Station, and Lykens Criminal Investigation Unit. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. Online court documents show that Cugini faces multiple felony charges that include sexual assault of a child, aggravated indecent assault of a child, and aggravated assault. He is locked up in Dauphin County Prison on a $200,000 bail. York City police confirmed, that Cugini is a member of the department and that he was suspended immediately after the alleged crimes that happened when he was off duty. York City Police Commissioner Michael Mudrum said in the statement, quote, "As everyone knows, I will always be the first to fight and advocate for our people, but they also know how I feel about kids and that I hold my officers accountable, hold my officers to the highest standards when it comes to representing this department and engaging with the community. And if these allegations are founded, trust and believe, I'll be the first to take swift and definitive action against them." The alleged crimes, state police say, happened from April 11th to April 15th in Elizabethville Borough and in Spring-Gettsbury Town, York County. According to troopers, they got a report of severe bruising to a child after she was dropped off at daycare. The child was transported to Hershey Medical Center for treatment, where it was discovered she had broken bones and was a victim of sexual violence. The victim's mother told state police the child suffered the injuries from a hard fall during bath time. State police say the mother, quote, went on to provide implausible explanations for several other injuries to the victim's body, including that bruising was caused by the family dog. WHTM reported, citing charging documents, that the officer first blamed the toddler's injuries on diaper rash, a fall, and the family dog. State police said Cugini was identified and interviewed as a potential suspect. During his interview, state police say the officer initially denied giving care to the child, but went on to say he changed a few diapers and gave the victim a bath, at which point there was an accident in the bathroom. Troopers say text messages later showed Cugini acknowledging his responsibility for the victim's bruising. According to state police, the victim's mother also disclosed that the officer had locked himself in the bathroom with a child and that she could hear crying and loud noises coming from the room. A medical review found the victim's injuries could not have come from a family dog or a bathroom fall. State police say the officer acknowledged the victim's injuries occurred while he was caring for the child by himself. Okay? Now, there's a lot of twists and turns to this and a lot of unanswered questions. Number one, did the mother realize what happened, or was she under the impression that the officer was telling her the truth? Because there's no way he could have done this to a 1-year-old inside of her home, her own daughter. And then the officers who took the report, the detective said the explanations were simply implausible. They do not fit the forensics of the investigation, and they have moved swiftly in order to hold the cop accountable. This is just so sad. This is such a sad reality. And naturally, more answers are going to come as the trial progresses or as the case progresses. Yasmin, thoughts here?
Yeah, I don't even know how to talk about this. I don't know what kind of person you'd have to be to even want to do something
Mm.
like this. But I mean, just don't leave your kids with anyone. This child was a year old. I love the idea that, a community raises a child, but when you hear stories like this, you absolutely cannot blame parents for being overly protective of their children. All it takes is one incident or one lapse in judgment for a child to be inflicted with trauma, whether physical or psychological, that they will have to deal with for the rest of their lives. And in this case, the best case scenario that anyone could even hope for is that the child is just too young to remember any of this. But what a very, very sad consolation that would even be. This child will likely suffer some lasting physical consequences because of all this. So that really there is no consolation. I also don't understand why the mother seemed to be defending the person who did this to her son or to her daughter. Maybe, as you said, she really didn't know what was going on, but perhaps we'll find more about that later.
Yeah, we shall see.